The Pacific Missile Range Facility, Barking Sands is a U.S. naval facility and airport located 5 nautical miles northwest of the central business district of Kekaha, in Kauai County, Hawaii, United States. Pmrf is the world's largest instrumented, multi-dimensional testing and training missile range. U.S. military and subcontractors favor its relative isolation, ideal year-round tropical climate and encroachment-free environment. It is the only range in the world where submarines, surface ships, aircraft and space vehicles can operate and be tracked simultaneously. There are over 1,100 square miles of instrumented underwater range and over 42,000 square miles of controlled airspace. The base itself covers roughly 2,385 acres. The base includes a 6,000-foot runway with operations and maintenance facilities. It has roughly 70 housing units and various recreational facilities for those who can access the base. The base has support facilities at Port Allen, Makaha Ridge, and Kokiri State Park. The base also uses a portion of the nearby island of Niihau for a remotely operated APS-134 surveillance radar, and 1,100-acre test vehicle recovery site, the Perch Electronic Warfare Site, multiple EW portable simulator sites, and a helicopter terrain flight training course. History: in 1921, the land area known as the Barking Sands was acquired by the Kekaha Sugar Company and became a runway for private planes. The U.S. Army acquired the land in 1940, named it Mana Airport, and paved the runway. Additional land acquired in 1941 expanded the facility to 2,058 acres. Private airlines frequently utilized the airport, and World War II incurred a great deal of military flight operations. The base was officially designated Bonham Air Force Base in 1954. U.S. Navy operations at Bonham began in 1956, with testing of the regular Psy missile. In 1958, the Pacific Missile Range Facility was established to support the growing demand of the Navy at Bonham. In 1964, the Pacific Missile Range Facility and Bonham was transferred to the Navy, becoming Pacific Missile Range Facility, Barking Sands. Missile tests. In 1962, the U.S. military conducted the frigate bird test of the Operation Dominic program near Pmrf. The military launched an operational ballistic missile with a live warhead from the USS Ethan Allen, which was situated near Pmrf. The nuclear warhead flew toward Christmas Island and detonated in an airburst at 11,000 feet. The Navy is currently using Pmrf to test hit-to-kill technology using direct collision of the anti-ballistic missile with its target. This destroys the target by using only kinetic energy from the force of the collision. The two Missile Defense Agency programs that currently utilize the range at Pmrf are the Navy's Aegis Ballistic Missile Defense System and the Army's Terminal High Altitude Area Defense System, or THAAD. The THAAD program relocated their testing operations from the White Sands Missile Range in New Mexico and conducted its first demonstration at Pmrf on January 26, 2007. On April 27, 2007, the U.S. military's sea-based missile defense system, the Aegis Ballistic Missile Defense System, showed it could intercept 2 targets simultaneously when it destroyed a cruise missile and a short-range ballistic missile during a test off the Hawaiian island of Kauai. The test marked 8 out of 10 times the Missile Defense Agency and U.S. Navy's Aegis Missile Defense System successfully intercepted its target, but was the first time the system knocked out 2 targets at the same time. Pmrf Agriculture Preservation Initiative. The Navy is currently working with the state of Hawaii and Kauai County to ensure the long-term viability of Pmrf. For many decades, the land adjacent to Pmrf was used for sugarcane fields, which was wholly compatible with operations at Pmrf. Since Kekaha Sugar's closure, the Navy has become wary of encroachment, incompatible developments, that might occur on the land next to the base. In order to ensure that Pmrf can continue to safely conduct important research and training operations in the future, the Navy and some citizens of Kauai are seeking to permanently preserve the land adjacent to Pmrf for agricultural purposes. Under the Pmrf Agriculture Preservation Initiative, the Navy would have the roughly 6,000 acres of land adjacent to Pmrf preserved solely for agricultural use. Although the Navy has stated that it would like to lease about 300 acres of land, it has also stated that its main goal is not to purchase more land but to merely ensure the land continues to be used for agricultural purposes. Operational deployment of THAAD. When North Korea threatened to launch a Podong-2 ICBMs toward Hawaii in 2009, the U.S. temporarily deployed a THAAD missile unit to the facility. See also: Eastern Test Range, WWVH, a time signal radio station on the grounds of the Pmrf, Hawaii World War II Army airfields. Notes. References. This article incorporates public domain material from websites or documents of the Air Force Historical Research Agency. Mora, ed. 1969. Combat Squadrons of the Air Force, World War II. Washington, D.C., Office of Air Force History. ISBN 0-405-12194-6. LCCN 70605402. OCLC 72556. External links: Pacific Missile Range Facility, Barking Sands, official website, Pmrf Agriculture Preservation Initiative, NMB Barking Sands Installation Overview at NavyUSA.org, Pacific Missile Range Facility/NS Barking Sands at globalsecurity.org. Resources for this airport: FAA Airport Information for BKH, AirNav Airport Information for PHBK, ASN Accident History for BKH, FlightAware Airport Information and Live Flight Tracker, NOAA/NWS Latest Weather Observations for PHBK, SkyVector Aeronautical Chart for BKH.